that burning sensation when you pee, the constant urge to go even when nothing comes out, the pain, the discomfort, the embarrassment. If you're over 60, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Urinary tract infections, or UTIs, are one of the most common health problems seniors face, and they keep coming back. But what if I told you that 5 simple foods could help stop UTIs before they start? No antibiotics, no side effects, just real food that protects your urinary system from the inside out. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to eat to keep your bladder healthy and infection-free. Now, stick around because food number 1 has been shown to reduce UTI recurrence by up to 50%. Let's get into it. Here's what most people don't understand about UTIs. So they're not just bad luck. They're a sign that something in your body's defense system has broken down. After 60, your immune system weakens. Your bladder doesn't empty as completely as it used to. And changes in hormones, especially for women, make the urinary tract more vulnerable to bacteria. That's why UT has become more frequent and more stubborn with age. But here's the good news, like your body has natural defenses, and certain foods can strengthen those defenses dramatically. And we're talking about foods that prevent bacteria from sticking to your bladder walls. Foods that boost your immune system. Foods that create an environment where infections simply can't thrive. This isn't about treating a UTI once it's already started. This is about prevention, building a fortress around your urinary system so infections never get a foothold in the first place. And the best part? These foods are simple, affordable, and probably already in your kitchen. Before we dive in, drop a comment and let me know. Have you struggled with recurring UTIs? We're reading every single comment. Now let's start with food number 5. Food number 5, yogurt with probiotics. Your gut and your bladder are more connected than you think. When your gut bacteria are out of balance, harmful bacteria can travel to your urinary tract and cause infections. That's where yogurt comes in. Yogurt with live probiotics, especially strains like lactobacillus, helps restore the good bacteria in your gut and urinary tract. These good bacteria create a protective barrier that makes it harder for harmful bacteria like E. coli to take hold. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Microbiology found that women who consumed probiotic-rich yogurt daily had a 50% reduction in recurrent UTIs over 6 months. That's a massive difference. And it's not just about prevention. Probiotics also support your immune system, helping your body fight off infections more effectively when they do occur. But here's the key. Not all yogurt is created equal. You need plain, unsweetened yogurt with live active cultures. Check the label for Lactobacillus acidophilus or Lactobacillus rhamnosus. Those are the strains that matter. Avoid flavored yogurts loaded with sugar. Sugar feeds the bad bacteria, which is exactly what you don't want. Eat a small bowl of yogurt every morning or as an afternoon snack. Top it with a handful of berries for extra antioxidants. And give your body the bacterial balance it needs to stay infection-free. Food number 4, garlic. Garlic isn't just for flavor. It's one of nature's most powerful antibacterial foods. The active compound in garlic, called allicin, has been shown to kill harmful bacteria, including the strains that cause UTIs. What makes garlic special is that it doesn't just fight bacteria. It also boosts your immune system, helping your body respond faster and stronger when infections try to take hold. A study from the Journal of Antimicrobial Chemotherapy found that garlic extract was effective against antibiotic-resistant strains of E. coli, the same bacteria responsible for most UTIs. That's huge, especially for seniors who've been on multiple rounds of antibiotics and are dealing with resistant infections. But here's the thing, you need to eat garlic raw or lightly cooked to get the full benefits. When garlic is overcooked, the allicin breaks down and loses its antibacterial power. So how do you eat it? Crush or chop 1 clove of fresh garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes. This activates the allicin, then add it to salads, mix it into olive oil as a dressing, or stir it into warm soup right before serving. If the taste is too strong, start with half a clove and work your way up. You can also take aged garlic supplements, but fresh is always best. 1 clove a day is all you need to start building your body's natural defense against UTIs. Food number 3, blueberries. You've probably heard about cranberries for UTIs, and yes, they work. But blueberries are just as powerful and often easier to find and eat. Blueberries contain compounds called proanthocyanidins. These are the same compounds found in cranberries that prevent bacteria from sticking to the walls of your bladder and urinary tract. If bacteria can't stick, they can't cause an infection. They just get flushed out naturally when you pee. A study from Rutgers University found that blueberries were just as effective as cranberries in preventing bacterial adhesion in the urinary tract. And they come with an added bonus. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants that reduce inflammation throughout your entire body, including your bladder. Chronic inflammation makes your urinary tract more vulnerable to infection. So by eating blueberries regularly, you're not just preventing bacteria from sticking. You're also calming the inflammation that makes infections more likely in the first place. Here's how to use them. Eat a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries every day. Add them to your morning yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie, or just eat them plain as a snack. Frozen blueberries are just as nutritious as fresh, and they're available year-round. No excuses. 1 cup a day is the sweet spot. That's all it takes to give your bladder the protection it needs. Food number 2, water. I know. Water isn't technically a food, but it's the most important thing you can put in your body to prevent UTIs. And most seniors aren't drinking nearly enough. Here's why water matters so much. When you're dehydrated, your urine becomes concentrated. That concentrated urine sits in your bladder longer, giving bacteria more time to multiply and cause infection. But when you drink enough water, you dilute your urine and flush bacteria out of your system before they can take hold. It's that simple. A study from the Journal of the American Medical Association found that women who increased their water intake by just 1.5 liters per day reduced their UTI recurrence by 48%. That's nearly half, just from drinking more water. But here's the problem. As we age, our sense of thirst decreases. You might not feel thirsty even when your body desperately needs water. That's why you can't rely on thirst alone. You need to drink water intentionally throughout the day, whether you feel thirsty or not. Here's your goal. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. That's about 48 to 64 ounces. Spread it out. 1 glass when you wake up, 1 with each meal, 1 between meals, and 1 before bed. But not too close to bedtime if you're worried about nighttime bathroom trips. If plain water feels boring, add a slice of lemon or cucumber for flavor. But avoid sugary drinks, sodas, and excessive caffeine. Those can irritate your bladder and make infections more likely. Water is your first line of defense. Don't skip it. Food number 1, cranberries. This is the gold standard for UTI prevention, and for good reason. Cranberries contain a unique type of proanthocyanidin called a type PACS. These compounds are incredibly effective at preventing E.coli bacteria from adhering to the lining of your urinary tract. Without adhesion, there's no infection. The bacteria simply get washed away. Multiple studies, including a major review published in the Cochrane database, have confirmed that cranberry products significantly reduce the risk of recurrent UTIs in women, especially older women who are most vulnerable. But here's where most people go wrong. They drink cranberry juice cocktail from the grocery store. That stuff is loaded with sugar and has very little actual cranberry in it. Sugar feeds bacteria, which defeats the entire purpose. What you need is pure, unsweetened cranberry juice or whole cranberries. Yes, unsweetened cranberry juice is tart. Really tart. But you can dilute it with water or mix it with a little stevia if you need sweetness. Or better yet, eat whole cranberries, fresh or frozen. Add them to smoothies, oatmeal, or yogurt. You can even cook them lightly with a touch of honey and cinnamon for a healthy compote. The recommended amount is about 8 ounces of pure cranberry juice per day, or a half cup of whole cranberries. That's enough to deliver the protective compounds your bladder needs. And if you can't stand the taste, cranberry supplements are an option. Look for ones that contain at least 36 milligrams of A-type PACs per serving. That's the clinically effective dose. Cranberries aren't a cure once you already have a UTI, but they're one of the most powerful prevention tools nature has given us. Use them. Now, before we wrap up, let me give you a few bonus tips to maximize your UTI prevention. First, avoid foods that irritate your bladder. Spicy foods, artificial sweeteners, Caffeine and alcohol can all irritate the bladder lining and make infections more likely. If you're prone to UTIs, cut back on these. Second, don't hold your pee. When you feel the urge to go, holding urine gives bacteria more time to multiply in your bladder. Third, wipe front to back. This is especially important for women. Wiping back to front can transfer bacteria from the rectal area to the urethra. Always wipe front to back. Fourth, urinate after sexual activity. This flushes out any bacteria that may have been introduced during intercourse. And fifth, wear breathable cotton underwear. Tight synthetic fabrics trap moisture and create a breeding ground for bacteria. Cotton lets your skin breathe and keeps things dry. These simple habits, combined with the 5 foods we just covered, create a powerful defense system against UTIs. You're not just treating symptoms, you're building long-term protections. So there you have it, the top 5 foods to combat urinary tract infections. Yogurt with probiotics to balance your gut bacteria. Garlic to kill harmful bacteria and boost immunity. Blueberries to prevent bacterial adhesion and reduce inflammation. Water to flush your system and keep urine diluted. And cranberries, the ultimate UTI prevention powerhouse. These aren't quick fixes, they're long-term strategies. But when you eat these foods consistently, you're giving your body the tools it needs to fight off infections naturally. No more constant trips to the doctor, no more rounds of antibiotics that wreck your gut, no more living in fear of the next UTI. Just real food, real prevention, and real results. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these foods are you going to start eating today? Have you tried any of them before? What worked for you? Drop your answers in the comments below. We read every single one. And if this video helped you, hit that like button. Share it with someone who's struggling with recurring UTIs. And subscribe because we're dropping more science-backed health tips for seniors every single week. Real solutions, no gimmicks, just information that works. Until next time, take care of your body. It's the only one you've got. Thanks for watching.